Ooh. Hey Sean, and the other viewer, Nick. Right now I'm recording a vlog. I'm by the beach, but I'm not at the beach per se. There's actually a cliff right down there. I thought this was a good scenic spot. I'm actually recording my phone, that is sitting on a bench right now. It's a really nice bench. It's a really cozy, comfortable spot to go when you want solitude. So I thought it'd be a good platform, literally and figuratively, for this vlog, or vlog, as you crazy kids call it nowadays. Also, like Sean, I was just going to start off this vlog with a little bit of some cool Avery action with these glasses, but I think I'll take them off when I start talking. So, Sean, my thoughts on the Wonder Complex are varied, and I'm going to reference a lot of different people in my life that have influenced me and have impacted the way I think a good person should live their life. So the dilemma you've posed to me, the specific scenario that is something that I've struggled with actually ever since I was maybe old enough to have money, so 7th, 8th grade. I've been a sucker, just like you, Sean, in the sense that I struggle with the idea of giving money to someone, but I give it to them anyways because I feel like because I can help them, I should give it to them. My stance on this has recently been altered a little bit, and I want to explain my reasoning why. My friend Jake, you know him, you love him. Jake has been plugged into the homeless community in Santa Barbara, which is where I am now. And, well, rather, the homeless community in Isla Vista, but same difference. Point is, in Jake's experience, most of the money that homeless people get from random people goes towards alcohol. Most of it. And by most of it, I mean the majority of the homeless people that receive money end up spending it on alcohol. This is Jake's experience in this particular area, so I'm not applying this to all homeless people in the world, but it gave me a different perspective. I say that because I've always heard that the homeless people are going to spend it on booze or something that isn't going to help them, and I never believed it because there were no examples. No one could prove it. Jake, in this example, is my proof for that clause. So, clause. What am I talking about? For that clause. So, the way I would spend my money, to answer your question, is wisely. Yes, giving to charity and nonprofit organizations is great. But as you pointed out, some of them may be corrupt. And like you said, that's just how life is. And sometimes you just gotta hope that what they're doing is good and that they're not spending it on themselves and taking more than they should. Something, not to give a religious spin on it, but nonprofit organizations that tend to be really good about using their money for good things are churches. If you want to promote local churches in your area, that's a really easy thing to do. And you don't necessarily have to be attending that church to support them. Or something that could be really good is supporting missionaries. There's missionaries all around the world that need support. And that's just my stance. You know, I'm a Christian. I love to support that kind of thing. I think that's a good thing to do. And often those people are benefiting tons of people all around the world. If you're supporting the church is supporting their missionaries. It's kind of like a funneling. Like you are the provider in that sense. And that's really great. I value that a lot. So I don't think your money will go to waste, and if you did that. To get to the other side, or some other ways that I think you can help people, besides just giving them money, is spending time with them. Jake has spent a lot of time in the homeless community, and what Jake does is he tries to form relationships with homeless people, and he makes an effort to help them financially if he realizes that they are on their way to success and on their way to contributing to society again. If there's a homeless person who is deranged, out of their mind, and really has no clue what they're doing on this planet and does not feel like contributing to society, and by does not feel, I mean either they're incapable of doing so because they're mentally challenged or they have mental illnesses, or they're physically incapable to do so. I mean, there's various examples, but I feel like, or in Jake's experience, if someone is on their way, on the path to contributing to society again, Jake will fully support them. Jake will do as much as he can to help them get back up on their feet. That's the best way you can help them, because as soon, Jesus, or not Jesus, but I'm sure you've heard this before. It's like, dang it, I'm blanking. It's like teach a man to fish and he will be able to fish for himself. Something like that. That's kind of the mindset. So it would be better for you to help them be able to help themselves than it would be for you to just pay for them always. You know, that's not like, if you could do that, that would be great. If you had the money to provide for all homeless people in the world, go for that. But seeing as you and I don't, the best way we can help someone is help the people that have a chance at being able to help themselves. So Sean, I had another thought about your video. When you were talking about the Wander complex and your inability to say no, it reminded me of my father. My dad is very selfless in the sense that he spends most of his time doing things for other people. And that boils down to his inability to say no. For example, my dad is really handy with computers. And there's a lot of people that are run in his social circles at work or in church, his friends, that need help with their computers. And they'll mention it, and my dad will often have the opportunity to fix their computer. So he will say yes. His study is filled with computers that he has to get to and fix and return to these people, and it's kind of like a free service that he offers them. And I'm not saying my dad should charge for helping people, but he has so many other responsibilities that I think should be more important to him. But because he can't say no, he gets overburdened with all these things that he has to help people with. I think that your example about the man who randomly saw you on campus and said, hey, give me your money, and you just said, okay, and gave it to him, I think that was a really easy way that you could have said no. And I don't think that saying no is always rude, because saying no to someone means that you have priorities, and for whatever reason, what they are asking of you is not within the realm of your priorities at that moment. And I don't think that's a rude thing to say, because everyone has things that are important to them. And if it's important to you to be overburdened and be stressed and be all tirelessly helping people, if that's something you think you can do, then sure, say yes to everybody. But seeing as we all have limited time, limited resources, limited energy, I feel like it's more important to go deep with the people that you are helping, instead of kind of dropping a dime in every bucket that you see. I'm using a lot of analogies here, but I hope you catch my drift. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. The main points that I would like to make are, don't feel guilty about not being able to help everyone and saying no, because you're a person too, and you should value your own time as much as everyone else values theirs. If you can help someone, great, that you should help people. But when you're helping people to your own detriment, I believe that's when you need to reevaluate and make sure that you're not overextending your reach. Second point is, I believe that helping people should be a lot deeper than just monetarily giving money. Now that is a good thing, but sometimes I think acts of like services, like simple things, can go a long way. And also, I think that all comes into having a relationship with that person. I think if you have a relationship with a person, then acts of service and having a friendship and being kind to them and listening to them, usually a listening ear, all these things are like big helps and can truly like help someone and push someone forward in their life. My third and I guess my final point is, I know that you mentioned you want to give money to charities, but you feel like you can't trust them. And I think an easy solution to that is just do some research before you give money to a specific organization or charity. I know that there's a lot of charities out there, and so I'm confident that there are a handful of charities in this world that are genuine and share the passion that you have of helping others. And I think that it would just take some time and effort to do some research to find that. But I definitely think that you can do that. So Sean, I hope that my thoughts were useful for you. I was really trying to not necessarily tell you what to do, but just give you advice and give you my thoughts back. And hopefully that helps. And I hope this video was helpful to both of you, really. Anyways, stay fresh.